Here on the Vegas Strip in beautiful Las Vegas, Nevada, for a much-anticipated main event. Great atmosphere here tonight. You talk to everybody ringside, and they expect this one to be a barn burner. Mayweather's making his way to the ring now, and he looks very focused for this fight. Alverez is almost giving you the feeling here that he's completely indifferent to all the pressure. I mean, this is a guy that's been there, done that, and he couldn't care less about the pressures that are in front of him. In the low corner, coming out of Grand Rapids, Mayweather. Across the ring, from Mexico City, Chico Alverez.
Okay, guys, we went over the rules in the dressing room. Let's touch gloves.
And we are underway for this scheduled 12-rounder. Took a shot, now he gives the left. And he ties up on the inside. Chico's punch is far off the target. Alvarez's power has been showed off early on in his fights. Teddy, what effect could his power have early in this fight?
Well, if he catches his opponent, it could be an early night. But if he catches his opponent and his opponent survives it, guess what? It could be a long night for him.
There's the headshot, but he parries it away. Good block by Chico. See, he's got his guard up really well that time, and it protects his head.
Oh, keep your feet
Final 10
moving.
seconds of round number one. End of the round here, and as I glance around ringside and look at the judges, I'm wondering what they're writing down because that was a tough round to score.
Yeah, it was. And, you know, it's the kind of round where one guy would be really smart to take a page out of the book of Sugar Ray Leonard and Marvin Hagler, where Leonard stole rounds at the end, where he just clipped off 30 seconds, and that's exactly what the judges remembered.
And there he counters back against his opponent. Well timed by Money. He took a step back, landed the counter punch.
Exactly what he wanted to do.
And just grabbing onto his opponent. The old-timers love that right there. The right hand and the left hook to the head. Dismisses his opponent's headshot. Halfway through round number two. Takes one, but gives one. Good work, Ricardo Alverez. Good combination to the head. Well, he ties up there. Mayweather's out there just waiting on a counterpunch, isn't he?
Yeah, well, first of all, why is he? Because he knows if he walks in, he's going to get caught. So what he wants to do is, he knows there's basically a guard at that door. He's trying to get that guard to get out of there so he can go through that door.
Scores with the combo to the head. Here's one for you now, he says. Right back with the left hand. Alverez's opponent knows exactly what the game plan can be now. That counter punch landed with some success. And round number 3 is underway. How about that exchange? Good fighting, snapping shot by Chico. You see him holding on. And he decides to tie up again. Halfway through this round here. Tried to land that upstairs and was off the mark. Mayweather's showcasing one of the best weapons you can have, especially early on in a fight, to set the tone, and that is the jab.
Yeah, and he's shown that it does more than just set up other punches and, snap your head back. It disrupts everything. It just throws the other guy's rhythm off, and that's what he's doing a good job of.
Move your head.
Back to the head he goes. Count down the final moments of this round. That is a big right hand after eating one himself. 3 minutes gone by in this round. Well, if anything has been learned from the first 3 rounds is that sometimes just being the busier fighter will do well for you. And that's the case right now for him as he's up 2-1 on Teddy's scorecard.
Yeah, not always landing a lot. You put it very well, Joe. Not always landing a lot. But keeping his opponent defensive and keeping him from doing what he wants to do.
You got this. You got this one.
Oh, that's good stuff. Firing right back with one of his own. Good work by Alverez. Punches and bunches. Combination up top. Teddy did a smart thing right there. Just created enough space and then landed the counter punch.
Looked like the will of the wisp. The old great Willie Pat. Made a miss, made a pay.
Halfway through round number 4. And you can see he wanted to do that as he holds on there. Just an excessive amount of holding here. Just much too much clinching. Well-placed counter punch by Money. At this stage of a fight, Teddy, these very early moments, how much in your training career would you stress to a guy to try to go to the body?
Very much, because it sets up things later on, and it takes away things that he's trying to do. He's trying to move his upper body. You go downstairs, it takes a lot of that away.
Able to cover up that gut. 4th round now with his last 10 seconds.
Still not moving to the move.
Alverez has got nobody to blame He got hit much too much in that last round.
Well, he was throwing his punches from too close. He's giving up his height. You're throwing from that close, and you're going to get counted over. If your opponent wants to do that, guess what? His opponent wanted to. He had the desire to do that, and he took advantage.
Hey, keep your hands up. Well, his opponent is opening up and coming forward, so I would think there's some opportunities that exist.
Yeah, I think some counterpunching opportunities. Opportunities not on the front end, but on the back end.
Lands flush with the combination upstairs. Well, supposed to be fighting, but instead he's hugging. He took a shot, but he gives one of his own. A left hand scores. Mayweather's almost looking foolish that time he missed so badly. But he's landing a combination here. That's what he does when he's at his very best. Halfway into round number 5 here. Not able to land the uppercut. Nice. Nice. Well off the mark by Chico. Good way to protect the midsection. Nice right after catching one. Ricardo Alverez is... Mayweather's not just loading up. He's landing combination punches like he did right there. Money's Corner knows the situation here. Yes, we're up in a close fight, but anything can happen that can turn things around and go against us. Chico's, Teddy, this has got to drive his trainer crazy because he's leaving himself wide open with these sweeping shots.
Well, you talk about that old saying, leaving the barn door open and the horses are going to go out. Well, guess what? The punches, sooner or later, they're going to come in.
Blocks a shot and then lands an uppercut of his own. Well placed, well timed combo up top. You can see he's trying to score up top, but off the mark there. Reaching the halfway point of round number 6. Mayweather's putting forth that hard work he did in training camp there, landing a crisp combination. Good right hand by Money. And you see what he can do when he sends that right to the head. Staying away from those headshots with his defense up top. Chico's looking for a way to get this fight back on course, a course that can get him a victory. This isn't it, just trying to counterpunch in these middle rounds.
No, this is not it. He's not thinking right. You know, it's one thing to say physically, technically, he needs to do that. But to do it, you have to be mentally clear. You have to be seeing the plan, seeing what you have to do, what you have to order your body to do. He's not seeing that right now.